How is home financing under Islamic banking different from a conventional loan if the repayment amount is the same? Good question. So, the issue here is the difference in the contract. Um, I mean, if you just consider it, right, the difference between lawful intimacy between a husband and wife and unlawful zina between a man and a woman is the difference in words, a few words that are said. It's a contract, it's a legal contract. And this legal contract, uh, it's Allah's looking, Allah watches. So when the contract is valid and in accordance with the teachings of the Sharia, then no problem, it's something that's rewarded. But if the contract is invalid, then it can lead to impermissible elements such as riba, which is something Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala hates. So with the home financing, there are a number of plans out there. The one that I'm most familiar with is something called what they call diminishing musharaka. So musharaka means a partnership. So what happens is, uh, yes, the bank may charge a similar amount to a conventional mortgage, but that conventional mortgage is they're lending you money and you're going to pay that money back with interest. And funnily enough, that your initial payments in a lot of the cases, I believe, or in at least in a fair amount of the cases, your initial payments are the riba. So let's say, la samahallah, someone gets into this contract and then after a few years they can no longer pay and they're going to auction the house off. Don't think they're going to auction the house off and whatever they get, the bank's just going to take the money that's owed to them and then anything extra you're going to get. No. Because they're going to say you haven't paid anything back. Your initial payments have just been all the interest. You haven't even begun to pay your loan back. So it's dhulm on many levels. So how the diminishing musharaka works is the bank purchases uh, the house, right? And so you're renting the house from them, as well as buying the house back from them. So let's say you give £1,000 a month, for example, in the monthly payments, and the bank owns 100% of the house. With the first when you make the first payment, and let's say, so what they're going to do is, let's say £900 from that thousand goes towards buying back the house from them. So you agree on a price, and that price is set, I believe. And so when you pay, so £900 will go towards the rent of their share of the house, and the first pay part of it, let's say the last 100, is going to go towards you buying 1% of that house, for example. So now you're a partner, musharaka. The next payment you make, some of it will be going towards buying more of the percentage of the house, and the other amount of the rest of the payment will be going towards paying them rent for living in their share of the house. And then the third payment is like that, and then the fourth and fifth. So eventually what happens is you keep buying more of the percentage of the house, and they're charging you rent. So initially you're buying most of your payments are going towards buying it, and a small amount is going towards renting their share. And then this fluctuates, and this ratio changes as you keep paying. So when at the end of it, you'll be paying more towards rent because you own more of the house, or one of these ways. So eventually what happens, you buy 100% of the house from the bank, and they have profited, yes, but not from riba. They profited from leasing their share of the house to you. The way partnership works in the Sharia is my lovely tea coaster here is as an example. I got this in a nice market in Cairo. Alhamdulillah. So normally when people think of partnerships, they think of a split down the middle. But in the Sharia, how it works is, imagine every molecule of it, right? Half of it's yours and half of it's mine. So it's 50-50, 50-50, 50-50 all the way through, not just a split down. So when you're living in the house that's partially owned by someone, every bit of it has some of their share of it. So that's generally how it works. And this is perfectly compliant with the Sharia, and Allah knows best.
لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول